The office building stood silent in the darkness, its windows reflecting the distant glow of streetlights below. It was nearly midnight when Maria Rodriguez pushed her cleaning cart down the empty hallway on the 40th floor. Her shoes made soft, squeaking sounds against the polished marble, the only noise in the vast emptiness. Maria had been cleaning offices for 15 years. She knew every corner of this building, every stubborn stain on every carpet. She knew which executives left their coffee cups scattered across their desks, and which ones always said thank you when they passed her in the halls. Tonight, like most nights, she expected to work alone. The executive floor was always the last stop on her route. The offices here were larger, with floor-to-ceiling windows that showed the city spread out below like a blanket of stars. Maria usually enjoyed this part of her shift. Up here, she could imagine what it might feel like to be one of them, the powerful people who made decisions that affected hundreds of lives. She was pushing her cart past the corner office when she heard it. A sound so quiet she almost missed it. A soft, broken sob coming from behind the heavy wooden door. Maria stopped. The nameplate on the door read, James Mitchell, Chief Executive Officer. She had cleaned this office 1,000 times, but she had never met the man who worked here. He was always gone by the time she arrived. Another sob echoed through the door. Maria hesitated. She knew she should probably walk away. Important men like that didn't want cleaning ladies seeing them cry. But something in that sound, something so deeply human and broken, made her knock gently. "Hello?" she called softly. "Is someone in there?" The sobbing stopped. Silence filled the hallway. Maria waited, her hand resting on the door handle. Then a voice came from inside, rough and tired. "Go away." But Maria didn't go away. Something told her that whoever was behind that door needed help more than they needed privacy. She turned the handle slowly and pushed the door open. The office was dark except for the city lights streaming through the windows. In the corner, slumped in a leather chair, was a man. He was wearing an expensive suit, but his tie was loose and his hair was disheveled. His face was buried in his hands. "I said go away," he repeated, but there was no anger in his voice, only exhaustion. Maria stepped inside, letting the door close quietly behind her. "I will," she said gently. "But first let me make you some coffee. You look like you could use it." The man looked up and Maria saw his face for the first time. He was younger than she expected, maybe in his early 40s. His eyes were red and swollen. He stared at her for a long moment, as if trying to decide whether to send her away or accept her kindness. Finally, he nodded. Maria went to the small kitchen area in the corner of his office and started the coffee maker. She had made coffee in this machine many times, but always after he was gone, cleaning up the grounds and wiping down the counter. Now she was making it for him. "Rough day?" she asked, keeping her voice low and calm. The man let out a bitter laugh. "Rough month." "Rough year?" He paused. "Today I had to fire 80 people, 80 families who depend on those paychecks." Maria poured the coffee into a clean mug and brought it to him. "That must be very hard," she said. "Hard?" He took the mug with shaking hands. "It's destroying me. The board says we need to cut costs. They show me spreadsheets and profit margins and tell me it's just business. But those aren't numbers to me. They're people. People with kids and mortgages and dreams." He took a sip of coffee, and Maria noticed the dark circles under his eyes. "One of them cried in my office today. A woman who's worked here for 20 years. She begged me for her job, and I had to look her in the eye and tell her no." Maria sat down in the chair across from him. She thought about her own daughter studying nursing at community college. She thought about the rent that was due next week and the car payment after that. She knew what it felt like to live on the edge of financial disaster. "I'm sure you did the best you could," she said. He shook his head. "Did I? Or did I just do what was easiest? What the board wanted?" He set down the coffee cup. "I became CEO because I wanted to build something meaningful. Now I'm just cutting it down, piece by piece." They sat in silence for a while. Maria didn't try to fill the quiet with empty words. Sometimes, she knew, people just needed someone to sit with them in their pain. Finally, the man looked at her. "Thank you," he said. "For the coffee." "For listening." "I don't even know your name." "Maria," she said. "Maria Rodriguez." His face went pale. He stood up suddenly, coffee sloshing in the mug. "Rodriguez?" Are you... Are you the same Rodriguez who works on the night cleaning crew? Maria felt a cold weight settle in her stomach. Yes, why? He set down the coffee cup and walked to his desk. He picked up a piece of paper and stared at it. His hands were shaking again. Your name is on this list. The list of people to be let go. You're scheduled to receive your termination notice tomorrow. The room seemed to tilt. Maria gripped the arms of her chair. What? The cleaning service contract, he said quietly. We're cutting it. Moving to a cheaper company. He looked at her and fresh tears filled his eyes. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I signed these papers, but I don't always see the names. I don't always think about the actual people. Maria felt like she couldn't breathe. Her job, her livelihood, her daughter's tuition. It was all crumbling away. But then she looked at the man standing before her, this powerful CEO who was crying over the pain he was causing, and she realized something. He wasn't her enemy. He was just another person trying to navigate an impossible situation. It's okay, she heard herself say. It's not okay, he said fiercely. None of this is okay. He sat down at his desk and pulled out his phone. He started typing rapidly, his face set with determination. Give me a minute, he said. Maria watched as he made call after call, even though it was midnight. He argued, he negotiated. He pulled strings she didn't even know existed. Finally, after what felt like hours, he put down the phone and looked at her. I can't save everyone, he said. But I can save some. Starting with you. Your name is off the list. And I'm creating a new position, head of facilities management. It's yours if you want it. Salary, benefits, the whole package. Maria stared at him, unable to speak. I can't fix everything that's broken in this company, he continued. But maybe I can start by making sure that people like you, people who show up, who work hard, who show kindness even when they don't have to. Maybe I can make sure those people are protected. Tears rolled down Maria's cheeks. Why? She whispered. Because tonight, in my darkest moment, you were the one who stayed. You were the one who saw me as a person, not just a title on a door. You reminded me why any of this matters. Maria stood up and walked over to him. She placed her hand on his shoulder. We're going to be okay, she said. All of us. One person at a time. And in that moment, in that dark office high above the sleeping city, something shifted. Two strangers who had found each other in their pain had somehow found hope as well. The night was still dark outside the windows, but inside something new was beginning. Something built on kindness and connection. And the simple act of one person seeing another person's humanity. It was enough. For now, it was enough.